as it happens on many mega projects, this one is going through a necessary process of reorientation, getting our hands around exactly where we are so we know how to get to our destination. We know where we want to go. The voters gave us that direction back in 2008 when they approved the bond measure for high-speed rail in California, Proposition 1A. We will march forward to deliver on that mission. However, as has been the case throughout the entire history of this project, we do not have all the funding in hand to deliver the entire system now. So we will get there in building blocks, just like any other financially constrained transportation projects do. We will maintain credibility throughout this process by, number one, doing what we say we're going to do. Number two, keeping our commitments. Number three, being transparent with the public and policymakers on both project opportunities and challenges. And number four, delivering on the ground under a realistic budget and schedule. This is the approach that the governor laid out when he expressed his continued support for the project. And let there be no doubt, the governor supports high-speed rail in California, and he said so. High-speed rail is much more than a train project. It is about economic transformation and unlocking the enormous potential of the valley, and by that he meant the Central Valley. The first test of the authority doing what it says it is going to do is in the upcoming project update report due to the legislature on May 1st, 2019. In addition to the statutory requirements for what is in that report, the 2018 business plan promised the report would include recommendations from our early train operator on early service operations and would include updated cost figures after review by the early train operator and subjecting the business plan numbers to further risk review. Indeed, the project update report will include this content in our May submittal to the legislature. On keeping our commitments, let's be clear. We've committed to fund the bookend improvements in the Bay Area and Los Angeles, and we are keeping those commitments. Moreover, we committed to complete the environmental work for all segments of the Phase 1 systems between San Francisco, Los Angeles, Anaheim, and we are doing just that. In the area of transparency, the authority is already committed to this, most obviously through the establishment of the Finance and Audit Committee, where project challenges, trends, and opportunities are discussed in public. And of course, F&A documents are available online for the public to see. Starting with today's hearing, we will have a monthly update from the F&A chairman, Mr. Richards, to my left, to the board on the committee's activities. The governor's asked us to do more in this area, and we are. Per the governor's direction, we have established a transparency and accountability page on our website, where project change orders can be found for each construction package. As of today, the page also includes the hundreds of change orders executed to date, and the site will be updated quarterly going forward. Finally, there's delivering on the ground. The authority was very clear in its 2018 business plan about the lessons that it has learned from going into construction prior to fully addressing the challenges presented by the right-of-way acquisition, utility relocation, and third-party agreement issues. We are smarter now and committed to not repeating mistakes of the past. Moreover, this body has brought in a new leadership team that is focused on project delivery. Under the leadership of Chief Operating Officer Joe Hedges, project controls are better managed than they have ever been on this project. Risk issues are being identified, managed, and mitigated. Mr. Hedges will present to all of us later this morning how construction will progress this year as a result of that hard work. Let's be clear. We have a lot of work to do to bring high-speed rail to Californians. But I believe we have the right perspective, people, and commitment to get this done, and done transparently, prudently, and efficiently. Let's continue this important work. Thank you. So with that,